In the United States, they are very concerned about the economic situation now. They have a positive rate of growth. In the last quarter, it was positive, but not too big. And the possibility of a very low rate of growth in the second part of the year, and even a negative rate of growth, that means a double dip from this point of view, is possible. In fact, Goldman Sachs a few weeks ago said the probability of a double dip in the American economy was around 25 or 30%. This is very high. This is high for the American standards. This means that they have a big problem. The problem of the United States is also our problem, because we are a world economy connected, very connected with different countries. Really, some countries are doing well. I don't know, Latin America, for example, or even Asia, they are having a good rate of growth. Nevertheless, with the problems of the United States and the lack of strength of the European economy means that the probability of a very low rate of growth in the world economy in the second half of the year is very possible. Europe will be affected by the possible lack of strength of the American economy, mainly through the export market. Don't forget that the strength of the German economy is the biggest economy in Europe, is connected with the strength of exports, then the growth in China, in Asia, in Latin America, and especially in the United States. No? For the Spanish economy, this is also bad. We are not in a good position now. We will probably heading to a negative rate of growth in the second half of the year. The short-term scenario is not good. And this is because of a number of reasons. First is the lack of strength of the recovery. Why? Because a lot of families are in high debt. They have problems to pay regularly the mortgages every month. This means that they don't have the possibility of increasing consumption in the short term. They benefited of some special measures in the last months, but they cannot continue in this way. They cannot increase the demand of the American or the Spanish economy through the consumption variable. This means also that the companies that may have some interest in investment have difficulties. First, because the lack of strength of the demand for the products. And second, because also credit is not easy. We have problems of credit availability in Europe and also in the United States. The second problem here is the fiscal variables. In many countries, also in the United States, less perhaps than in Europe, but also in the European economies, the need of a consolidation of the fiscal variables has been very, very strong. This means that less expenses for the government and more taxes. This means less resources for the private sector, and this means a kind of, I don't know if really recession, but at least a very low rate of growth. And the third problem here is probably in the financial sector, especially in Europe. The result of all this is really lack of strength, mainly in the productive sector. In fact, the supply sector is the key of the long-term growth of the economy. Now we have a difficult time for the European, the Spanish, the American, and the world economy, I would say.